The Apple Watch 2, the second generation Apple Watch, is already here. It's been unveiled this Wednesday and the pre-orders have already started. Now overall, the second generation Apple Watch is a pretty interesting upgrade. Now there are a couple of small things, a couple of small details that you probably didn't know about when it comes to the Apple Watch 2. So, hey everyone, welcome to the Zen of Tech. I'm Daniel, and here's my list, my in-depth list of 20 interesting, really interesting things you should probably know about when it comes to the second generation Apple Watch, the Apple Watch 2. Enjoy. Okay, so starting off with number 1, this is probably one of the most interesting ones. The Apple Watch 1, so the first generation Apple Watch, is now completely dead. And at the Apple event, Apple introduced the second generation Apple Watch, which is not called the Apple Watch 2, but the Apple Watch Series 2 instead. So this is something usually used in watches, in luxury watches, this naming scheme. But then they also announced another Apple Watch version, the Apple Watch Series 1, which is quite different from the third generation Apple Watch. So the Apple Watch Series 2 comes with a GPS included, so you can actually track your movement and you're running outside without having your iPhone with you. It also comes with water resistancy up to 50 meters of depth. That's insane compared to the first generation, which only had 1.5 meters, actually just 1 meter because it was IPX7 up to 30 minutes. This is 50 meters of depth, this is insane. And then it also comes with a twice as bright display, so the display is much brighter outdoors. Now the Apple Watch Series 1 also comes with a dual-core processor and also twice the amount of RAM, so it's pretty much the same as the second generation Apple Watch. However, it doesn't have GPS, it doesn't have that improved water resistancy, and it also doesn't have that twice as bright display. Number 2, you probably remember that really expensive $10,000 Apple Watch edition. So the golden Apple Watch, that's now gone. Yeah, the golden Apple Watch is now dead. So you cannot find it anywhere on their website. However, Apple did introduce a brand new Apple Watch, the Apple Watch Ceramic, which is now the new Apple Watch edition. It looks really good actually. It's white, it's made of ceramic, and this is actually the most expensive Apple Watch that you can get now, currently priced at $1,250. So this is pretty interesting. Let me know in the comments, how do you feel about the golden Apple Watch going away? I would personally never get a golden Apple Watch even if I could afford it, but yeah, it's quite sad to see that it's now completely dead. Number 3, the Apple Watch Series 2 is actually more expensive than Series 1, so it's $100 more expensive. Series 1 is now slightly cheaper than the first generation Apple Watch, but yeah, $100 difference between the two models is pretty huge, and you're essentially paying for GPS, so you might not need a GPS because you might not be a running person. You're also paying for that 50-meter water resistancy, which again you might not need if you're not a kind of swimming person, and you're also paying for that twice as bright display, which is a pretty good feature to have. However, paying $100 more just for that feature, I don't think it's actually worth it. Number 4, speaking of things that are more expensive, the Apple Watch bands, some Apple Watch bands are actually more expensive now. So in the UK, everything got way more expensive because of Brexit. They had to adjust the prices, so yeah, all Apple products are much more expensive now, but a Milanese loop is also more expensive in the US as well. So the black one was previously priced at the exact same price as the silver one. However, it's now priced at $200 in the US and £200 in the UK. That's an insane amount of price. Paying that much for a band, which by the way, doesn't even come with warranty at all. So if you have an issue with an Apple Watch band, Apple might be able to replace it at the stores. However, in their policy, there's no warranty for the bands at all. So think again before spending £200 on an Apple Watch band. Number 5, also speaking of Apple Watch bands, some Apple Watch bands are now gone. So if you take a look at the Apple Store, the black leather loop, for example, is now gone. I mean, why? Why is it gone? You can only get it in gray and blue now, and the mother buckle also only comes in 2 colors now, blue and black. What happened to